The city hummed softly, a cacophony of distant sirens and the low thrum of late-night traffic. Inside a dimly lit apartment, the air hung heavy with unspoken words. Ethan, 28, sat on the edge of his sofa, fingers trembling as he scrolled through his phone. The screen illuminated his face, revealing a man caught between shadows of regret and the flickering hope for redemption. "I can't keep doing this," he muttered, barely audible over the rhythm of his heart. Each message he saw, the remnants of a dark past, felt like a dagger twisting deeper into his conscience. A year ago, he'd been a different man, lost in a haze of substance abuse and poor choices. Now, sober and reflective, he yearned for change, but the weight of his past loomed large. His girlfriend, Maya, 27, had been his beacon of hope. Her laughter, a melody that had pulled him from the abyss, now felt distant. But could he ever earn back her trust? "I need to tell her," he resolved, a flicker of determination igniting within him. Just as he gathered his thoughts, the door creaked open. Maya stepped in, her eyes searching the room, a silent question hanging in the air. "Ethan, are you okay?" she asked, her voice laced with concern. He paused, inhaling deeply. "We need to talk." That was the moment the world shifted. Her brow furrowed as she took a seat across from him, the space between them heavy with unspoken fears. "What's wrong?" I's been meaning to tell you about something," he stammered, feeling the gravity of his confession weigh on him. But before he could speak, her phone buzzed on the table, breaking the tension like glass shattering on concrete. Maya glanced at it, her face paling as she read a message. "Who's that?" Ethan asked, panic rising. "It's just a friend," she replied, but the tremor in her voice betrayed her. The moment spiraled into chaos as Ethan's secret threatened to surface, unraveling the fragile threads of their relationship. Days passed, each one heavy with unspoken truths. Maya's laughter faded, replaced by an uneasy silence. She spent her evenings wrapped in blankets, scrolling through her phone, the glow illuminating her troubled expression. Ethan would watch her from the kitchen, his heart aching with guilt. "Maya, can we talk?" he ventured one evening, finding her in the living room, lost in thought. "What's there to say?" she replied, her voice a mixture of hurt and resignation. That night the words spilled out like an open wound. "I was a mess before I met you," he confessed, his voice shaking. "I sent messages to escorts. I was lost." Maya's eyes widened, the shock morphing into disbelief. "You did what?" "I know it's horrible," he pleaded, desperation creeping into his tone. "I wasn't myself. But why didn't you tell me? We were building a life together." Her voice rose, anger mingling with pain. A tempest brewing behind her eyes. The argument spiraled, each accusation cutting deeper. "You think I wanted this?" Ethan shouted, his emotions breaking free. "I wanted to change." "But you didn't change. You just hid it from me." Maya's voice trembled, tears spilling down her cheeks. "How can I trust you now?" Their confrontation turned into a crucible where their love was tested. She stormed out, leaving Ethan alone, draped in despair. Weeks dragged into months, and the rift widened. Friends noticed Maya's quiet demeanor, the way she flinched at Ethan's touch. Conversations grew strained, laughter a distant memory. One evening, Ethan invited Maya for dinner, hoping to rekindle the flicker of their bond. "I've been going to therapy," he shared, his voice steady. "I want to be better for you." Maya looked down, her fingers tracing the rim of her glass. "It's hard, Ethan. I don't know if I can forgive you." "I'm not asking you to," you replied softly. "Just give me a chance to show you I can be trusted." A flicker of hope ignited within her, yet the walls she built felt insurmountable. "What if I can't?" she whispered, vulnerability weaving through her bravado. Ethan reached out, his hand hovering over hers. "Then let's figure it out together." But just as they began to bridge the gap, the turning point arrived, the moment that would reshape their lives. Maya discovered Ethan's old phone, hidden in a drawer, a portal to his past. A flurry of messages from escorts flashed before her eyes, the betrayal reigniting her wounds. Heart pounding, she confronted him, her voice a mixture of fury and despair. "You lied to me again!" "No, I didn't lie," he pleaded, desperation clawing at his throat. "You're still hiding," she screamed, tears streaming down her face. "I can't do this anymore." In that moment, their relationship teetered on the edge of oblivion. Ethan felt the ground beneath him crumble, the weight of his past pressing down like an anchor. "I love you, Maya," he shouted, his voice raw. "I'll do whatever it takes to make this right." "You don't get to decide that," she shot back, the intensity of her emotions colliding with his. "You've already made your choices." The room pulsated with tension as the echoes of their love clashed with betrayal. Ethan felt a swell of determination. "I'll fight for you," he declared, his voice steady. "I won't give up." But Maya's heart felt fractured, torn between love and self-preservation. The days turned into a blur, tension hanging thick in the air. Ethan sought therapy diligently, determined to confront his demons. He poured his heart into sessions, each revelation a step toward healing. Maya, on the other hand, grappled with her feelings, often seeking solace in long walks and quiet moments with friends. The conversations with her closest confidants were filled with whispered doubts and shared pain. "I don't know if I can forgive him," she confided to Lena, her best friend. "But do you love him?" Lena asked gently. "I do, but trust is shattered," Maya admitted, her voice quivering. "How do I rebuild that?" The pivotal moment arrived when Maya decided to confront Ethan with her feelings directly. She invited him to their favorite park, the place where they had shared countless memories. "I need to know if you're committed to this," she said, her voice steady yet vulnerable. "Are you truly willing to change?" "I am," he replied, his eyes earnest. "I'll show you. I'll prove it." As they stood beneath the sprawling branches, the weight of their past hung heavy in the air, yet a sense of possibility lingered. Days turned into weeks, and they began to open up, sharing their fears and hopes. Ethan's commitment to therapy bore fruit, and he started to understand the roots of his past behaviors. One afternoon, as they walked home hand in hand, Maya turned to him, her heart racing. Maybe we can try again." Ethan's heart soared, a wave of relief washing over him. "I promise, I'll be the man you need." Their journey was far from over, but the path to healing stretched before them, illuminated by the flicker of hope. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the city, Ethan and Maya sat on their balcony, enveloped in a sense of peace. The journey they embarked on would not be easy. but they had chosen to face it together. Forgiveness, they realized, was a process, a journey shaped by love, vulnerability, and the courage to confront the past. Can love truly heal betrayal? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.